I been getting shit out the way. Friends in the motherfucker different, it's been in my bag, yeah, I'm trying to get paid. These niggas sweeter than cinnamon, boy do the bob, then his ass get a raise.
All right. We back with another one. Today, we finna be working on compression. So a lot of y'all, and this is a very important one because a lot of people get confused with compression, and I myself have worked with multiple compressors over the course of years and still like am a little shaky, but I feel like I got a good understanding now. So basically compression, right? First things first, I have a bad example because I have a CLA 2A, but we're gonna go to my UAD console because I recently purchased the Tube Tech. You know what I'm saying? So I got that on here. So let's go over the knobs and what they do. So, first things first, attack and release. Attack and release is the most important part. So, for example, let's say attack is how long it takes to clamp on your vocal, right? So essentially what a compressor is doing is it's partially reducing the peaks, like maintaining the peaks, and the goal of it overall, you feel me, is to just make the vocal sound consistent. You feel me? Like volume wise. The compressor's main role vocally is to make sure that the entire performance is at the same level. So the lows are matching like the higher parts and the highs are like, nothing is out of order. It's basically glue. So it's like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it. But let's say the attack is how quick, you grab some shit. Let's say, I got a good idea. Okay, say it's like bouncing the ball, right? Like, you know how anyone that's a hooper or whatever, you can control the pace of your dribble. So, you can power dribble and do, or you could do. The attack is basically, you feel me, how quick or how slow the dribble is. So, in terms of the vocal, the attack is either how quick or how slow the compressor itself activates by grabbing on to the vocal, you know what I'm saying? So how fast it starts compressing or how slow. So you know what I'm saying? You can have some compressors or some songs where you want your attack to be extremely fast. So the moment that vocal hit is just clamp. Or you want a little bit slower. So it like gives the vocal a little room before it clamps. And the release is how long it goes before letting it go. The release, for example, could be, like, honestly, you could use basketball terms for the release too, like 2K terms. Like, you know how most people want a fast jump shot? You want to green that bitch quick. You want to be able to shoot that bitch quick. Look at it in 2K terms. The release is like the equivalent of having a jumper go us or having that bitch go us. You feel me? You want to, how long it's lingering. So more so like if the attack is the pacing, the boom, 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 the release is how long it's staying active. So if you want a fast release, that means the compression is coming, going, coming, going, coming, going. But if you want to slow, the compression is coming and then it's lingering before it leaves. So it's going to be kind of hard to showcase an example because I print my Tube Tech on here. But I also have another compressor going in, which is the CLA 2A. The CLA 2A is mainly used for peak reduction. So it's just to reduce the peaks, make sure everything is there and you have the gain to match the volume level, gain match. So before I play any vocals, I just want to let y'all know off rip. Typically, for most hip hop rap songs, you know what I'm saying, you're going to want between 3 to 5 dB of reduction. So as I play the song right now, you're going to see my meter. Watch. Let's watch.
Like tell me like what do you need, little baby? Like girl, tell me what do you want? I've been trying to show you the world, but lately it feel like you think I'm a front. I told you that I'ma be real, little baby. I told you that shit from the jump. But she got me fucked up. Outside screaming like fuck love. Playing with me, that's fucked up. Trying to go get my bucks up.
So you see, my shit is consistently hitting 3. Now let's go back to the UAD as well, because, well, actually, I don't know if you would see it on the UAD, but in theory, right? On my UAD, I got it hitting around the same, the 3 to -5. because you don't want to over compress your shit. That's like beyond the file. Like on certain songs, yes, like obviously to taste, but for most people that are just making rap lyrics, melodic, like, you know what I'm saying, nothing too experimental, that -5 to -3 dB of gain reduction is perfect. So, you know, like for example, I'll turn the beat off and then turn the compression off on here, because it still, remember, keep in mind, it still has the printed tube tech compression on it. But let's turn that off and showcase that.
Like tell me like what do you need, little baby, like girl tell me what do you want. I've been trying to show you the world, but lately it feel like you think I'm a front. I told you that I'ma be real, little baby, I told you that shit from the jump.
Now see, it's not a huge noticeable difference because I have compression printed onto my vocals, so they already compressed kind of crispy going into my mix. If my ratio is a 2, for every dB it goes over that, it's only allowing like the 2. So a ratio is kind of to keep everything also more controlled. So if you want to let more of it go out, you're just going to higher ratio. Also, typically for rap vocals, a 2 to 4 is usually what you need. A 2 to a 4 ratio. You never really need more than that. You're honestly not going to start fucking with the attack, release, or ratio too crazy until you start getting into different genres of music, such as like maybe rock or pop with like much more, you know, dynamics going on. Rap is kind of like the easiest like vocals to mix. And, you know, compression is something that is honestly probably one of the more difficult things to learn because each compressor is so different and there's so much compressors. But what I would recommend you guys to do learning, because let me pull it up. You want to learn these compressors. And these are what you could get with the Wave subscription. These are probably the cheapest ones. These 3 right here, the CLA2A, the CLA3A, and the CLA76. Before you touch any other compressors, learn those 3 in and out. Use them. Master them. Keep using those because those are like an industry standard on most mixes. You'd be surprised. As someone who's worked with artists like Jeremiah, I've worked with members from Young Money, I've worked with a lot of professional artists. I have seen one of these 3 plugins pop up on almost every one of these mixes. So what I'm telling you, if y'all sit there and learn, analyze it, look up the plugin, you know, the plugin guidebooks and whatnot, look up tutorials, you know, learn each one inside and out, and then you'll start noticing the quality in your mixes go up better. And then also, oh yeah, one more important tip, when you are recording for gain matching, make sure when you're listening back, you know what I'm saying, listen to it without the compressor and with the compressor, because you're gonna see if it's louder, because you could tell if you engage your compressor and your vocal sounds much louder, then you might be, you know, pushing something too much. Because a trick I've learned, which is also why this limiter is on here, is you don't want to do too much gain matching in the compressor. So what you want to do is listen to your raw vocal, throw the compressor on there, right? And then once you get it to that -3, -5 dB range, then you're gonna want to make sure that you you feel me? You listen, bypass it, unbypass it, keep doing it, and be like, okay, are they like the same? Are they about the same with and without the compressor? And then once you get them to about the same, then that's when you add your limiter. You add your limiter for volume because that's gonna raise everything evenly. If you do it in the compressor, then you're kind of, you know, you're not still getting the same levels with the compressor. Because as you can see on my limiter, I have it pushed up 3 dB, but I'm still hitting that -3. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't overdo the gain on the compressor. You know, just do it just enough to where it matches the raw vocal. The pre-compressed vocal, the compressed vocal, like volume-wise, they should match. Once you get it to there, you're good. And if you're sitting there like, oh, well, it sounds a little quiet in my mix, or the beat might be over it, that's when you have features like side chaining and the limiter to, you know, balance everything out and just make sure it's level and make sure it sits in the mix. So, going forward, I'll probably do an in-depth of each compressor because I've used each one. This is just, you know, the basic beginner tips and tricks. And as we get into it, I'll do specific compressors, you know, so we'll do the RVox, we'll do the CLA2A, we'll do the 76, you know what I'm saying? Every compressor that I have experience with, I'll do a breakdown for each individual one. But yeah, with that being said, hope you guys are learning good things from these videos. I love teaching. I love to teach y'all more. I have music out on all platforms, you know. So just click the link in my bio. It should have a link to everything. You know, if you want to listen, support me, go follow me on the Instagram, follow me on my TikTok. Everything is under the same thing. It's gonna be at Tavian, TAV13N. You know, yeah, and just, you know, show some support, show some love, and I'm gonna continue trying to make as much videos for y'all as possible. So yeah, appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Tryna make sure I go get this chip, cause I cannot recline. A lot of women took me out, tryna tear me down. It really broke me down. Tell me that you love me, yeah, you'll be here with me now.